It's Week 10 of the NFL, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, and it comes your way next.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium. Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up as we get underway. And off we go from SoFi. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end. And the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Geno to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll try to run for it. Here's White. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Another run here with Harris. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. It is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Quick throw, taken in. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Raiders offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Geno. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. On 3rd down, it's White. And he's not going to get the 1st down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down, as he's able to take it up to the 30-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll give it to Harris again. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10, up at the 40. From the gun, it's Herbert. Finding the tight end, here's Will Dissly. Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. 2nd and a yard. Shotgun now for Herbert. He'll complete that to the rookie from Auburn. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big gain.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Herbert. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. A gain there of 23 yards. And the Chargers have the first down. A run. Here's Harris. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. On the zone read, here's Harris. Fighting off tackles, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run it with Harris. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
Herbert gonna go on 4th down. And he cannot get the throw off. He's gonna be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and here's White. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with White. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. On the bootleg, it's Smith. He connects with the open man. That's Myers. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Play action now. It's Geno. Quick throw here is complete. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We're back in Southern California in a moment. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, it's Smith. Going for it all. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down. They'll run over center with White. To take this inside the 40 to the 39, but most importantly, they've got it. That's a first down. Off the play fake, Smith. That's to the right side, and caught by Bowers.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll go again with White. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Automatic first down.
So the penalty sets up this offense for 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Smith. They're called in at the 2. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. Slot receiver headed right. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with White. Powering forward. He's in. Zamir White. Touchdown, Vegas. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7 0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Here's Herbert. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. A throw on the move is caught.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Raiders offense and their running back Zamir White heading onto the field. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. The drive begins with a run by White. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately with his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just...
He works free, right side. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 78 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now Herbert. They'll try to set up the screen here. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Herbert now on 1st down. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Elandon Roberts. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's White. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Smith. He gets this one to Tucker. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Raiders. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Chargers offense about ready to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Pistol here for Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Herbert. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9. On the ground, this is Harris. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. On play action, now Herbert. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. 1st down and goal.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out to the...
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Najee Harris, touchdown Chargers.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. That is brought in. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. First and 10. From the gun, it's Geno. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. A second down throw for Smith. He's got the Golden Domer. That's Michael Mayer. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Now the Raiders going to use their third and final timeout. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
We've been treated to a strong performance by running back Zamir White. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. He fumbled the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. Here's 2nd and 9. Williams in motion. Herbert to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down. Now, Herbert. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This guy's really in his zone right now, Mike. He's rushing with such confidence that it doesn't matter who they put on him. He thinks he's going to win every matchup, and with the rest of the time remaining here in the second half, the offense is going to have to change some things up. It's less about who blocks him and how we block him, because right now, one-on-one, it's just not getting the job done.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Harris. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Play action now. It's Geno. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. And he'll be taken down at the 30.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long, sustained drives and then being able to strike in bunches. It puts so much pressure on these defenses, and with the way today's game has gone, doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
Geno now on 1st and 10. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Smith. That's caught left side by Bowers.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
The Raiders have their punt team out there, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. He connects with Disley, and he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Give up the middle to Harris. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. They bring their tight end right. Now it's Harris. And he's going to have the 1st down, mark him at the 45, and move the chains.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Herbert now on 1st down. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Now someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. On play action now, Herbert. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Herbert keeping it on the zone read. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. give. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. One of the Raiders has got it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On first down, Herbert. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Lad McConkey, the one he was looking for. And it'll lead to a second down. Shotgun now for Herbert. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Try to run for it with Harris. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. First down, first and goal. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still first down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That is caught, back corner of the end zone. Lad McConkey, touchdown, L.A. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down. Here's Geno. He'll find his running back, White.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. They'll try to run for it. Here's White. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On first down, right back to White. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Smith. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Derwin James. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the 4th quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Herbert on the bootleg. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The entire idea of the bootleg is to move your quarterback off of his normal spot. Buy some extra time for your offensive line and alleviate some of the pressure on the protection. But in this case, it seemed to me like the quarterback panicked a little bit. He went into survival mode and ended up leading to a massive loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing, Herbert. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. So here is Cameron Dicker. Dicker, the kicker, in a big spot. This to get back to a 1-possession game.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. That one caught by Tucker. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A big-time play for Vegas. 35 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
On 2nd down, a run with White. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
This one caught at the 4. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Ball at the 3, second down and goal. From the shotgun, it's Smith. This one caught just past the pylon. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Raiders will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Herbert got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. He runs with it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now it's Herbert. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. To throw, it's Herbert. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll go right and find his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Herbert to the air again. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
They'll try to set up the screen here.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on third down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Got his man at the 6. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. Over the top, he's got it. Lad McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Raiders offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And right about now, they might be thinking, are we sure we want an off week next week? They're going to head into the bye with momentum as they try to polish this one off. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Here's a give up the middle with White. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. From the gun, it's Geno. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. They run with White. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. Now a timeout, Chargers here. That's their second. They'll talk things over before third down. He gets free. The Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here we go. One final play. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of the Raiders has got it. So this one, a win for the Raiders. And it is their third consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.